President Donald Trump's visits to the stricken cities in Ohio and Texas took place largely out of public view. He praised law enforcement officers for responding swiftly to the heavily armed gunmen, preventing worse carnage.
All over the world, they're talking about the job you've done as police, as law enforcement, as first responders. The job you've done is incredible.
And he and First Lady Melania Trump spoke privately with family members of victims and wounded survivors being treated in hospitals. In both cities, public protests were held against Trump. In Dayton, the now familiar blimp depicting the president as a scowling baby flew over the crowd. In El Paso, Democratic Party figures said Trump was not welcome.
He's used our community as a prop in the past, misrepresented who we are, described us as a dangerous city, a place to be feared, described people in my community, Hispanics, immigrants, as people to be hated. He needs to take responsibility.
Senator Cory Booker, who is running for the Democratic presidential nomination, excoriated Trump's rhetoric at the African-American church in South Carolina, where an avowed white supremacist gunned down 9 black worshipers in 2015.
The act of anti-Latino, anti-immigrant hatred we witnessed this past weekend did not start with the hand that pulled the trigger. It was sowed from the highest office in our land, where we see in tweets and rhetoric hateful words that ultimately endanger the lives of people in our country.
Before leaving Washington, Trump dismissed his detractors.
My critics are political people. They're trying to make points. In many cases, they're running for president and they're very low in the polls.
As for the prospects of more restrictive gun laws, President Trump said he and Congress would come up with something, quote, really good, but gave few specifics. He said a ban on assault-style weapons, like the one that sprayed death in El Paso, seemed politically out of reach. Now people here in El Paso and in neighboring cities across the border with Mexico are preparing for another painful ordeal. The first of 22 funerals will be held on Thursday. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, El Paso.